Booyaka. Yes, JKMSP. Nafanya magang signs. Gatekeepers Musically Speaking Podcast. It's your boy Verbal Vayne with Mary in a spot. Shaman Wagwan. And we are back for episode 4. We'll be releasing this podcast every Monday 7 p.m. Kwa YouTube, SoundCloud na Facebook. But we'll let you know if we are going to change.
Mari is whispering it was supposed to be 9 o'clock.
Aye.
Is it 10?
I
think it's 9 p.m.
Okay. So we'll be releasing every Monday, 9 p.m.
That's it.
Yes. Shout out to the only subscriber out there. I'm kidding. Revere the MC. We're supposed to do a metal song with you. Huh? Yeah.
I offered to do the beat, man. You should just let me do the beat.
Cool.
Let me do the beat.
Cool.
Yo, shout out, by the way, we've seen your comments. Awesome stuff.
Awesome stuff.
Yeah. And also there's a very dope sound bite. Man, it's coming through. I can't wait, man. Ina sound poa sana. So anyway, mazee, I got robbed, man. I got super robbed.
Wapi hapo?
Yeah, ilikuwa when it was Monday. Yeah, so me here I am in my bike. Nimeenda kufanya tizi, you know, you can't stay home all the time. Yeah, and all this social distancing stuff. Exactly. Imagine a petite guy on a foldable bike, 20-inch. I looked really small. Even the bike in itself is small. Yeah, for my kind of size. So nimeenda nimefanya tizi. I take long bike rides, 4-hour stuff, you know. Yeah, I have some guys who like to train other clients huko Westi wa Indi. Yeah, they like to work out. Niggas look like models and stuff. So anyway, I go for my bike ride. I get a client call while I'm still riding. Sasa nimeingia Ngong Forest. Hapo nika that place hapo inaitwa Nairobi Sports Ground. Hii place.
Where?
Yeah.
Rescos.
Lakini si ni place yenye wase huendanga kufanya hizi ma Safaricom wanaenda hapo, KCB wanaenda hapo every year. Showground. Showground. So next to the showground there's a field, there's a polo field. And then now next to that polo field there's another road that goes into the Ngong Forest. So me usually go there, but I never stop. This time I was getting a client phone call. Nimechukua phone call, nasikia poa, man. Na decide, let me park on the side of the road and finish this conversation. As soon as I finish, somebody in a mask. It's good, at least people, even thieves are also respecting. It's very good, even thieves also respecting the whole COVID-19 stuff. Lakini msee alikuwa na kisu ya kukata vitunguu. Haikuwa kisu poa. Saka small kisu ya kukata vitunguu. Msee ameyeka hapo. Asema, leta kila kitu. So me, I was like, hey, you know, hospital bills. I don't want that knife to enter my body. I bleed out. Because me, my only concern is, I've just talked to this guy. I'm supposed to probably make a very big deal tomorrow. And this nigga just appears and he wants everything.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing.
Yeah. That's how it went, man.
I had to let kila kitu.
Yeah.
Try to imagine, was his voice deep?
Yeah, you know, me when I saw it, because I saw him come, and then I put my Ray-Bans down because I was starting to see, say, why is he approaching me like that? So as he approaches me,
wait, was he rubbing his hands like?
No, he wasn't. When he was approaching me, now the first thing I see is his knife. I was like, sini knife ya kukata vitunguu. I was like, the gig is over. Kumbe here is where it all ends. I will be repeatedly stabbed along Ngong Forest and probably maybe crawl a few meters away asking for guys for my dear life. Help. Yeah. You hear the cold case of a middle-aged petite man who was found somewhere. But anyway,
in the middle of Ngong
can you
Forest.
believe it?
Everything in the middle.
That would have been the case. So anyway, the guy asked for everything. I gave him my phone, I gave him my Ray-Bans, I gave him the bike.
Wait, he took your bike?
Yeah, everything.
I agree with that decision, bro.
What the decision?
Let him have it. Let him
Oh,
have
okay.
it.
Oh, yeah,
Let
yeah.
him have it.
Yeah, no use fighting and allow then,
People are desperate. Guys out there, people are desperate. People are desperate. Nigga was even asking for money because his main issue was money. So labda himself alikuwa na njaa. But the violence and the stuff, nigga, I'm coming for you, man.
That's not right. That's not right.
Yeah,
Man.
it's fucked up, man. People are desperate in this COVID-19 times.
Yeah.
Watu wana...
So watu wanafaa kujua wakikimbia huko nje wakuwe ready.
Walai.
Man,
By the way, hata I'd advise watu wasiende wafanye tizi huko tena. Huko kwenye mapasta uwika kwa maforest. Ngong. Kwenye unasikia, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. It's the same place, blood. The same goddamn place.
Maybe the pastor alikuwa okay.
Yeah. Alikuwa unaona hapa. Vitu za Mungu aside, this guy has a very nice bike.
Vile sasa watu wanavaa mask. Sijui nani ni nani. Hata labda inaweza kuwa ilikuwa mari.
I'm pretty sure a lot of you have experienced getting robbed. You guys can comment. You can let us know.
Yeah, funny thing. I've had an incident along that area, Pia.
Yes.
Like Jamu Estate. Yeah. I used to stay that side sometime. Pia me, some guys, maze.
I remember a story.
Yeah, but that's a story for another day. Man, he's a Joe, man.
No sweat, no
happen,
sweat.
man.
Me, I'm good. I'm still alive because I've been thinking about that scenario. Me, just wanted to give him everything. Just don't harm me because if it was a hospital bills. Imagine now, if I was bleeding, I was taken to the hospital. Niggas would have given me some other, influenza. Yeah. Me even my last vision was me, dragging myself to the ground, bleeding out. That's how I envisioned it. I was like, this is it. Vile alitoa your knife. I was saying, kumbe, this is how it ends.
Your life flashed before you.
Kumbe, this is how it ends.
Goodbye, lovers.
Yeah.
But then what was celebrate? What was here to
real.
welcome this Asiadi?
Yeah.
Queen of TikTok.
Yes. It's happening.
What a way to bring that
The
up.
thing about TikTok nashanga, the thing about TikTok, the guys get views very fast, man. Because ukiscroll unacheki msee has already 42 million views, like in a few hours, in a few days.
Yeah.
Funny thing is I'm not logged into that thing.
Yeah.
I've never had that.
Me, you can log in via Facebook.
Oh, they've done that now?
Yeah, it's linking. Nowadays it's very linky. Do you want to log in with Facebook? Do you want to log in with Google?
Yeah. But it's an app, yeah?
Yeah, it's an app. It's a social media kind of thing, like Instagram.
Oh, yeah, like Insta.
But sana.
It's Chinese, though.
It's Chinese.
Yeah.
The logo has a music note. TikTok.
Yeah. It's basically supposed to be rhythmic, more sounds.
Yeah.
So,
And they don't record for long.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's
Like Snapchat sort of.
Yeah. Now they have sequences that if you make funny moves, if you make the best moves, the effects will make it look nicer. You get. So if you're more creative, the better you are at it.
Okay. Is that what happened with Aziad?
Probably. I don't know if she
So
did that.
ni TikTok ndio ilifanya Aziad because me I saw it.
Yeah, that's what made her blow up.
Okokota wezana.
Yeah. You don't know whether to watch her face or her hips.
Oh my God. Sijui kazi yana nasikiza.
Yeah.
So
For sure.
But yeah, so TikTok, the stories are going around that TikTok is Chinese. So like the one, the Russian one that could read faces, and which one was that? What was the name of that?
Wait, is that Saraha?
No. There's one where it would show you the older version of you.
Oh.
What was the name of that app? Because that app, apparently, what it was doing, it was face scan. It scans your face into cods, your face. Yeah. When you're unlocking your phone, for example. Yeah. Right? That's how you would. Yeah. That's like the kind of intensity.
Recognition.
Yeah. The face recognition was being tested then. I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't know. So when TikTok comes up and people are subscribing and it's being promoted, especially during Corona, I'm not saying shit. But
Yeah.
That is very suggestive. If you ask me, it's Chinese, number one.
Yeah.
It's during a time that no one is paying attention. Everyone is at home. Everyone is in the house.
Everybody's dancing.
Everybody is dancing. There's a pandemic outside. I don't know. Yeah. So the pandemic has a death rate of 1%. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then people close up shop and go home because you might catch a flu. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just some funny stories. I'm just trying to.
My issue with TikTok is the algorithm of their viewing. Unajua, on YouTube, when you view a video, at least you view in some few seconds or something. But me, I kind of suspect, even when you scroll, I'm not interested in a video. I just scroll. But I think TikTok assumed I've already viewed it. That's why unaona 42 million views in like.
I have another proposition.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Have you ever, for one time in your social media interaction, seen like your post has more views than it has ever got?
Yeah.
Ever. It's happened to me like 3, 4, 5 times. You know, you go like you're logging into YouTube, and you see like your video has 15,000 views, and then when it settles down, you have like 86.
Oh.
Yeah. Facebook, same thing. Instagram, those likes.
Yeah.
It's like a glitch in time. It's like a glitch in the system. A glitch. So another proposition then is TikTok just shows you the data. TikTok is just showing you the data because they need you to promote the app.
And so probably
like views.
If the influencers there, they're just been... Obviously, we know YouTube, there's a way you can pay for views.
Yeah.
People who don't exist.
Yeah. Funny thing, I read, it was actually on Forbes.
Yeah.
And they were talking about how influencers get their numbers. And they were saying most, if not all, actually start with a bunch of ghost accounts. Like get a high following of ghost accounts, like 1,000 or a high number. Then once those ghost accounts gain traction in the algorithm, you start getting more followers.
That's crazy.
Would you believe? And imagine that's Forbes. That's from Forbes. They were talking about major celebrities and major influencers out there. Man, I think that says a lot about our system right now.
It's the system.
Yeah.
The war of content creation. Let's see how gatekeepers as we can use TikTok, because also TikTok I've seen videographers have done some very creative 20-second stuff. So you guys can also check, apart from guys dancing, you can check out like some creative guys doing some very good videography on TikTok. No problem. I have no guys.
Yeah, Kwanza, I'm seeing there's a lot of, I think as technology is advancing, video content is getting more popular. It started with kind of easy Akina stories and Akina Snapchat. Now TikTok is kind of taking over. YouTube has been growing over the last several years, and it's mainly because of that video content.
Content creation.
Yeah, there's a lot going on with the video, in the video spheres.
So anyway, let's see about the inner workings of the music industry. Inner workings in the music industry in terms of being violated, whether physically, mentally, or emotionally. Yes. Let's talk about that.
Any industry, especially company, one that you have to do more face-to-face interaction, social kind of. For example, if you're into arts, you're supposed to entertain people, so you're subjected to so many people. It's like being in the public. So kama wewe ni journalist, msanii, producer, you have to learn from someone.
Yeah.
So in the process of learning from someone, when you're starting off, it tells a lot, especially the person you're learning from. For example, if a girl comes to me as Shaman and tells me, nataka kufanya ngoma, but sasa sina do. What do we do? You know, what do we do?
Lungula.
As a lungula, that's for me.
Yeah.
If that's what I want, that's what I'd pursue.
Yeah.
That is on the table.
So these are the things we're talking about. These are the things we're talking
and funny
about here.
thing, I think it cuts across, as you said, all industries.
All industries.
Like, for example, getting a job or getting promoted in your job.
Oh yeah, there was this time they were saying young lawyers were being taken advantage of. You know, interns, senior wakilis, putting young female wakilis on the table. Yeah, some funny stories were going around. So I don't think it's only in music or in one industry. I think it's spread out.
Like even in schools.
Yeah.
Pupils trying to get, or students trying to get better grades, and getting their.
But now the situation here is within the music industry, within the entertainment industry. There was the Mechekio documentary, Russell Simmons. I'm sure any guy out there who listens to hip hop rap, we know what happened. Some people started, some madams came out, they started hollering, Russell Simmons violated us. During the Def Jam, when Def Jam was really at its top, it's a documentary, it's available every Okienda kwa torrent. Something to do, it's called When the Record Breaks, something like that. Stuff came out. The thing is the distance between what happened then and now it's very, very long. Like the chick now is like 40. And now she's saying, I was violated when I was 24. And then now the thing is,
20 years.
And also, when she said that, also other women started coming out. That's okay. But now the thing is, that distance, your distanciote between that one, it's kind of, you kind of start suspecting some stuff. You're like, hey, why didn't you say it earlier? But then again, it's like, guys at their young ages, they're very, how can you say?
Very passionate.
Yeah, they're very passionate. And let's say you can wake up, you can gauge, you can do all kinds of drugs. The next day you are fresh. You're like, let's do that again, Yeah. It's not like us guys in our 30s. You have to take it easy, kiasi. But in your 20s, blood, pumped full of drugs and paraphernalia. So those times, some of them would say they were getting drugged. So guys should know their paraphernalia when going to the booth. If you take that stuff, Kwani msewa weed, kwani msewa gauge, daba wezi.
But that doesn't mean it's all wasanidu.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure there are a lot of straight edge guys. There are straight edge guys out there.
True.
Yeah.
They talk. They talked about
take drugs, blood. Let them know.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Let's go back. Let's move on.
Moving on.
But also you can also go to a studio where guys are straight edge, but they can also violate you, maybe mentally, psychologically. You can't do it.
Physically.
The physical aspects.
You mentioned that and reminded me Bill Cosby's story. You remember they also started coming
R. Kelly type stuff.
R. Kelly.
But that's, and for me, I think it's very suspicious. Mari, able talk about Bill Cosby. I don't know.
Bill Cosby, just recently. Okay, maybe I had some of the stories a few years back, but they started claiming, some chick started coming out saying, oh, he drugged them, violated them.
Yeah.
And same pattern with Kina Russell Simmons.
Yeah.
And I'll also bring MJ and R. Kelly into this. Now, thing is, here's what the weird thing I heard, or stories behind. Now, with Akina MJ and R. Kelly, and also I'll bring in Bill Cosby too.
Yeah.
What happened was, MJ, at one point, he was the biggest star ever. And they were managing his right, they were controlling his music, managing his rights. He was signed. And MJ managed to do something that nobody, should I say, expected. He bought majority rights or shares
In Sony.
in Sony, and bought off not just his rights, but rights of major artists who came before him. Now, around that time, after pulling that crazy move,
Take kids to Neverland Ranch.
then the story started coming up. Like, hey, MJ, he's taking kids to Neverland. What's he doing to them there, And, same thing with R. Kelly.
Yeah.
R. Kelly, followed MJ's footsteps and did the same thing. Bought shares on...
just pissing on teenagers.
Yeah, but now this is the thing. I'm not defending any of them, and I'm not jumping into any conclusions as to whether they did it or not. But why do these stories start coming out after they've done major moves in let's say buying shares in the big companies?
That's a question someone who's asleep can never even imagine to ask.
Yeah, and it's crazy, and that's why I brought in Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby, he's the father of black comedy, undoubtedly. At one point, any comedy you would see on TV that involved black people had Bill Cosby's name somewhere in there. Then he just went silent. But if you look behind the scenes, Bill Cosby did so much. And even up to today, there's so much, he's responsible for. Let me not just limit it to black comedy, comedy all round.
Yes.
But when he got to a point where he was almost uncontrollable, then these stories start coming out. Why come up with things that happened 20 years ago? Why not address them at that time?
Well, there's also the issue of being stigmatized.
Yeah.
Yeah, but okay, there are instances where even you yourself, you ask yourself questions like, it sounds fishy in this situation. The lawyers, the people who are over there, the people who are claiming who have been violated. But also there are some other stories where, people come out, they're like, we hid because we still wanted to retain the job. We did not want to be stigmatized. So, guys should know in the entertainment industry, there are vultures out there, there are snakes, all kinds of crazy people, They either could be sober, or they could be super, super drug takers. You need to know who you're dealing with.
Funny thing,
Ukienda kwa studio kurecord.
With R. Kelly, what actually brought up the what happened recently was there was a chick he was staying with. And the parents went and reported
she's missing.
Yeah, she's missing, or she's been, she's been, kidnapped. I've tried to follow the whole
narrative.
the narrative went, and they were saying either it started as if she was kidnapped, then it went to being brainwashed.
Baby don't wanna come home.
Then they even called the cops on R. Kelly.
Yeah.
And the cops go to his house, and
in my closet.
They were trying to get the chick out, and the chick was saying she doesn't want to go.
She's there
on her own will, and she doesn't want to go. And I heard they even broke into R. Kelly's house, and the chick was resisting. She doesn't want to go.
Why didn't R. Kelly just tell her to go? Maybe that's the question.
But now, if she was there willingly, and she's of age, then what exactly were they accusing R. Kelly of? I'm just trying to take a neutral stance here.
I don't know. I wouldn't even defend that. But instincts now, my secondary instincts tell me options are limitless. There could be an alibi, for example. You see, let's try and be a little bit. Let's bring it home. Kidogo.
Yeah.
But all of us have been artists.
Yeah.
We've gone to studios. You witness this lifestyle firsthand.
Yeah.
There's a crazy lifestyle
like-
out there, you know.
Yeah,
if it's
like
not your
the-
lifestyle,
the-
it's
the-
not,
they call
you
it
know.
the fast life,
Yeah,
yeah?
it's the fast lane. This is the
Yeah,
fast lane.
yeah.
And you find there are people who don't even have houses, you know, but they're artists. Unajua?
Yeah,
You see
man.
them nicely dressed up.
Yeah,
They partying from Monday to Friday,
yeah.
but they don't even have a house. Hana nyumba.
Maze.
So
True.
anaparade kwa bag,
Uh-huh.
but you'll never know.
Yeah.
So if you tell me this guy is not convinced that what he's doing is the only thing he can do, then you don't know. You don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
There's no way
like-
to explain it. So
Yeah.
if you tell me the girl was refusing and Arkeli was keeping quiet,
Yeah.
we know these things happen. Arkeli, by much of age,
Yeah.
he's seen a lot throughout
Yeah.
the industry and stuff. So
Yeah.
when you go to that point, and he didn't even bring it up in the public, or maybe he has failed to do something, I think
Yeah.
that is a borderline infringement of someone's privacy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Like you're talking like the kind groupie kind of
Yeah.
lifestyle. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
I don't think they woke up one day and found that, oh, there's this girl here, she's been here for days,
Man.
and then this girl doesn't want to go home, or it doesn't happen overnight.
Yeah.
There's a process to it.
Yeah.
So if it got to that point, and you're seeing it in the public media, the mass media,
Yeah.
mainstream, so to say, that is what is being promoted. Then
Yeah.
that's just another day in Arkeli's life. Only
Yeah.
that is now not the favorite.
Eh.
That's just it.
Yeah, for real.
But I think what you brought up is an interesting thing that happens in the industry, and I think a lot of artists.
I think the
are not
issue is
prepared
trying
for-
to be too
prepared
cool,
for-
man. Or you want to be one of the cool guys, you know?
Or for example, guys
You want to
coming
be with those guys who are doing all that crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay, come
utajipata
on.
in some shit.
For
man.
example, this time when grandpa was the in thing,
Yeah.
and guys used to go, like everybody wanted to be signed to grandpa.
Yeah.
There was a lot of hype that went with that, and anybody who was associated with grandpa, there was some hype to it. And I remember
Kwanza their fire truck, eh?
Fimbo ama-
Over 3. They're everywhere, man.
Fimbo mpaka ya tatu. Oh man. Yeah.
What the next film will be?
But yeah, so in that time, there were guys who were like being swayed with that, being swayed by that hype. And it comes with a lifestyle. I interacted with some guys who would be would be
It is like
partying from Monday to Monday. And you wonder, like, hey, wait, kwani these guys have a bottomless pit of money? Or, as in, like, Monday to Monday, sustaining that life, man, it looks crazy.
it is crazy.
Yeah. And when getting into the industry, when you encounter such a thing, it looks like living the celebrity life. But there's
reality,
the reality is there's so much that goes into that, including what you're saying, like guys using drugs and getting lost in a lifestyle that doesn't really work for them, but might work for some other
For
guys.
sure. For some other guys, man,
Yeah.
you can do them drugs, paka kingdom come blood. So the thing is, try not to be too cool, try not to fit in. Music, because even me as an artist, when I developed myself as an artist, I said, me I'll just be doing my own things. When somebody tells me do this, the reason why I'm doing music is when somebody tells me I can't, I do. You see, when somebody tells me I can't achieve, I do. I do music because it's the only place where me can be completely as stubborn as possible and nothing is. And you see, in the end, I'll have achieved something and then it will be out there in form of music or something. So, the whole thing of, I want to be with one of the cool guys, I want to spend time with those guys, do all the crazy stuff. Know your drugs also, You should know your drugs. You should know your intake. You should know the kind of people you're dealing with. Like, if this guy takes some like strong less stuff, don't hang around those guys. It's pointless, blood. Because at the end of the day, if you developed yourself as a musician, you need to listen to your inner self as a musician first before you decide to, I want to elevate and become just like that other motherfucker right there. Nah.
It's funny thing you said you should know your drugs. Because I personally think some things need a logical approach rather than a punitive. I think the way the government, for example, responds is when they don't know a solution to a problem, they make it criminal.
Yeah.
They regulate it. Because they don't know what to do. They don't have the solution, right? So don't do that stuff. Usiue watu. No, because they don't know how to stop you from killing people. Usiibe. You can just walk and steal. So when, for example, now you get to things like drug use, I don't think the law should be do not use. It's criminal. It should be now. What Verbal is talking about, for example, know your drugs. How would you know what marijuana is? For example, how should marijuana feel like? Because sometimes you say you've been messed up.
Sana huko nje wanaita bangi.
Bangi.
A lot of people haven't used it. They like to use that word.
So you go to a place, you find they've already rolled up the stuff. Yeah. You don't know what's in it. Wewe umepewa. Ukapiga.
Because you want to look like you fit in.
Especially the girls now. Because you see now.
Wanafaa jichunge.
Yeah, you should. If you use, carry your own. If you can't carry your own, then don't indulge in it to keep at a place flani. Because that's how, so many people go and they never recover. I'm not saying that I know some.
Psychologically affected.
Yes, because now
it's true.
Using psychotropics that you don't understand. So the law should be make sure you learn, like you know what you're doing. They should actually come out, do campaigns and teach people about these things, drug use, what drug it is, what it's like, what does it do. They tell people. Because now I hear marijuana is being used to treat pains. I don't know. It works better.
Cancer patients.
It's by the way, it's used to. I've heard it's used to treat a lot of diseases. Cancer is, as I said. I think there's glaucoma. There's quite a number of diseases.
So I think that's what the government should come out and try and get out to the public, because this is knowledge that can be imparted on the people and it can benefit greatly.
I think Pia, in terms of knowledge, getting to know, like one way I think bringing up kids is not just telling them something is bad. Tell them why it's bad.
True.
Like if a kid is eating that, and you just spank them. And
no, spanking, my friend. No.
Oh, why?
It's not spanking.
Okay, so you discipline them.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Get your mind off the gutter.
Unasema hiyo spanking nyingine ya
we need to get into direction.
pizza delivery guy.
Careful. Nasikia Google inatoa.
Oh man. So okay, you discipline the kid, but the kid doesn't know why they're being beaten. Then they go again and eat that. But if you tell them why, why they're being disciplined, the kid is able to make an informed decision. And I think that principle applies all around.
True.
Like if guys are being told not to do this drug, they should be told why this drug is not good for you, what happens when you use it, what are the side effects and all that you get. So I think I think we're moving from a society where people are just told this is wrong to a place where
conscious.
Conscious and more knowledgeable population.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've had it being labeled the awakening. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Because I think maybe let me try and define awakening. Awakening, I think, is the becoming aware of your existence and making conscious decisions. Conscious to mean, for example, ukiambiwa usitembee nje, you would ask a question like, why? You know?
Yeah.
Kwani kutembea ni mbaya, ama you know what's happening? Why is there a rule to that? You know? Ask around. I think that's the awakening that is right now, because we are living in a very fast-paced internet age. It's the age of information. Yeah. The internet is the age of information. So people now have too much information in their hands. A good example, reference point, is why the Catholics in Rome are holding all the historical books. You know, like your scroll was found somewhere, it's taken to Rome. Else they have the books and they've removed books from the Bible. You know, those kind. Now they're not able to anymore. The history is out there.
You know, funny thing.
In this information age, there's no information when it's a feature. People will know instantly. Like when they executed George Floyd. Hapo.
Was that execution really?
That was an execution, blood. That one was an execution. So. Hey, you could see him. He's alive a few minutes and then now, gone. Just gone.
That's a subject for another day.
Shocking stuff.
Man. It's a deep topic.
So okay.
Just to mention, he talked about the Bible and how there's hoarding knowledge in the Catholic. I'm not bashing anyone or anything, but I was talking to a friend of mine, and this thing came up. There's this prophet who's called, or guy who walked with God till he was no more, Enoch.
Yeah.
And apparently he wrote books which are not in the Bible.
That's a story for another time.
Yeah.
Anyway, the issue now is there are issues where in the music industry, you know, you've come from Ocha, you've come somewhere, you've come to Nairobi, you want to make a musical career, and then there was a story of a guy who came to Nairobi, wanted to do music, I think, and then the producer was gay, and then so the producer says, you're gonna give me some more ass.
Man.
I'll just hear story.
No.
Iko tuko live. Tuko YouTube.
You know, funny thing.
Yeah. And then so the thing is, there are those guys who try to violate people's rights, you know. You need to be careful out there. And then if stuff like happens once, you need to learn in order to avoid it happening again. You know.
Yeah.
So that's the issue, you know. Fine, because like when you're going to do music, you should always know in the back of your head you're doing this for music. If the price is too
what
steep,
you're in it for.
If the price is too steep, or you just want to be one of the cool guys, you want to first do drugs, know that you want to do a certain song. If that deal is not happening, unapeleko huku, let's go to my home, we listen to some records, I hear you can sing very nicely, achana na hizo.
So, man, you mentioned I remember a friend of mine went through that.
Yeah.
Like, this is like second hand. It's not first hand, second hand info. Like he told me back when we had a studio, DigiLive, when we were in town. Yeah. He told me he was called by a producer and they had a big setup, like studios well equipped and whatnot. And then now he thought he'd been called because he's talented. Which he was.
For some reason, you started off, you feel like you're most talented.
They always tell you that.
And, you know, they hyped him. Then one day, the producer, maybe starts touching him and suggesting, funny, And when it dawned on him, the producer just put it out bluntly out there,
Can we get names?
Man, I don't want to put names in this.
We're talking about
local, man. This is not a Timaju Wapi. This is local and someone I know.
Yeah.
And
probably people are probably going to come out after hearing this, man.
Yo, and the guy had to, like, he was getting good money from all that, but he had to like bail and just leave everything.
Yeah, some things are mad. You can't live with them.
Hey, Maze, what?
You can't live with yourself after
Man,
after no
the producer, the guy actually thought they were building a relationship. Man, it was like,
they got too cozy, you know.
Yeah.
But you see,
yo.
So there you have it, guys. Take care out there, blood. Yeah? Know what you want to do. If you're doing music, yeah. If you're doing it with some of that paraphernalia, yeah. But always have a direction. Ukiona you've been steered away, ama you've been, taken to somebody's place, to hear some records, ama vitu. Yeah, it ain't going down, blood.
There's something in the story hapo.
Shizo. Jichunge, guys. Jichunge about the inner workings of the music industry, because not everybody out there is a saint. There are vultures, there are snakes, there are all kinds of crazy motherfuckers out there looking to take advantage of you, your skill, and your music. And your body if you're a good-looking motherfucker. Wakili Jnr.
Wakili Jnr. Wakili Jnr is an idea. Wakili Jnr suggests a new idea. I'm working on so many things where we're trying to join dots. Wakili Jnr is something that you're working with. Me, Mari, we're working with something called Men with Ideas, which comes in a way that as a new idea. So for Wakili Jnr is looking out for anyone who wants to know something about anything that is legal.
And from my understanding,
you're a lawyer. You're a lawyer.
That's something that if they want to know about, they have to listen until season 2 ama season 3 go tutajua ile kama discuss.
Okay.
But Wakili Jnr is a legal new idea, so that if you want to know anything about what you need to know about legal matters, kawe ni msanii unaanza, what do you need to start? Kawe ni producer unaanza studio, what do you need to start? Kama wewe ni new employee kwa place fulani, what do you need to look out for? Kama wewe ni performer, what do you need to look out for? So anything that you're trying to do and trying to set up your hustle, Wakili Jnr atakusaidia useta na atakuchunga maneno yako, itakuwa fiti.
From my understanding, we're still trying to, build the foundation of this project. But from my understanding, when we're talking with Shaman, it's a non-governmental organization that offers consultation, awareness of an entertainer's rights in the music industry. That's pretty much the philosophy. And also, we want to be disruptive to a point we can push for music reforms and also be able to establish workshops.
Yes. Workshops, especially up on the workshop, is important sana. Sababu hapo ndo tutaweza discuss na exchange ideas. It should be everything. Remember, we're talking about awakening. Awakening comes in here nicely kwa sababu if I tell you, for example, wake up sana unafaa kuregister. You should ask yourself, register kwa nini? So you come to the workshops, we tell you why, and you ask us the questions, and we enlighten each other to exchange ideas. So you need to have done your research, then come attend. Mari is an expert, especially story and distribution. Vayne does graphics, stories and imagery, ako sawa. Mimi vile umesikia mimi ni wakili, mimi ni producer. I don't think if you came to a workshop that is organized by Wakili Jnr, you will lose.
So basically, if you've watched TED, then you have an idea of what our workshops are going to have.
Sorry, watched what?
TED, is it called TED?
TED. Oh.
TED.
Hey man.
Alikiri tukianza hapo. Akisema yeye hutumia.
Far gone. Basically, workshops will have those conversations, advice, but also we'll be training guys on new skills, we've got some very amazing softwares over here. You'll be amazed by how much skill you can learn from Shaman. You'll be amazed by how much, instrumental skills you can learn from Mari, playing the instrumental, live performances, how to carry yourself out there. Me, I can teach graphics, animations. We'll be doing different things very many times.
Don't forget, Babul, you were very big in branding, man. Don't forget that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know why you're leaving out hip-hop, man.
Yeah.
This guy, hey.
By the way,
yeah.
We had the hip-hop garage stuff. Anybody who knows about it, check Hip-Hop Garage TV kwa YouTube, Hip-Hop Garage kwa Facebook. Event stuff, but it's still a work in progress.
Sasa mkicheki kitu work imetoka Hip-Hop Garage, mnafaa kuhala vabo na kuuliza kwa form gani tena.
Oh, shizo. Mimi najua. Kuna wase Hip-Hop Garage, they comment, they say the truth, and we hear you guys, and we are working on it. We are working on it for real. Yeah. So, sound bites.
Tushafika kwa sound bites tayari.
Inaonekana.
What?
True. I think it's been 45 minutes.
Yeah, what?
Sijaona mara akikunywa maji.
Sasa next episode we'll be talking about everybody's favorite, Illuminati. Yes. And the selling of souls. Yes. Me personally, I sold my souls 1 million times. I don't know who owns it right now.
Kwani, how many did you have?
I don't know.
He said he sold his souls.
This man he would sell and then go steal it back.
We'll talk extensively about that. We'll talk extensively about that. Shaman Wagwan has his ideology. Mari has his own philosophy on this. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy.
Some first-hand experience.
Ooh.
Mari. But don't believe me. Don't believe me when I tell you Mari is crazy.
Yeah. Mutamskia tu. Alright, so we're about to sign out this motherfucker right here. We're gonna edit that, but I don't think we are getting any. Zinaitwa nini? This paying for YouTube. Zinaitwa nini? Even forgot it. Yeah. Now there's that thing at when you say some things, you do not get to sell your stuff. Monetization. So see bado hatujafikia level, so we can swear however we want. Yes, this is the Gatekeepers Musically Speaking Podcast, episode 4. Your boy Verbal Vayne. You have just been blessed by Mari and Shaman Wagwan's knowledge, and we'll be releasing this every Monday at 9 p.m. kwa YouTube, SoundCloud na Facebook. Any last words, guys?
Again.
Vitu kali blood.
Looking out for the female MC, and this time around, remember you need to know what you're looking for.
Hatupendi mchezo za Russell Simmons.
Yeah. Man, I think I mentioned this last time. I'll mention it again. Professionalism, I think it's what we need in the industry. We really need the basis. Professionalism. Oh man. Maybe should I talk about my album?
Of course. Why not? But that's
Alright. There you have it. Signing out with the 3 gestures. Hey, by the way, Shaman utaweka mabunde pia kwa background. Booyaka.